Welcome back, guys. We have a great match to kick off with you today. It's Tyler Styer and Karen Herrbach. This is going to be a good one. Local player Kaden, a junior player, playing Tyler Styer, who cut his teeth in the junior world. It's going to be a great match. We're glad that you guys have joined us today. Stephen Wyatt, and I'll be joined by Stephen Jameson here in just a moment. And we are off and running. A little bit different format from yesterday. We're running 50-minute match clocks. We do still have the 15-second shot clock if it gets down to that 10-minute mark, but we won't see that a whole lot. And these are races to 7, so a little bit longer on the races, a little bit longer on the match clock. It's definitely going to be a fun time, and this is just day 2. This is really the ramp up to day 3. We'll crown 3 champions tomorrow, but we got to get through this first, and there's a ton of great matches. Stephen Jameson here with me. I'm excited for this one. I really am.
Yeah, I always love watching Tyler play. He's just a world-class pool player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Does all the right things and has been in such good form of late. I'm excited to see how he runs here in Kansas City.
Yes.
And the format for today is an interesting one, because after all the excitement of the shootout, it almost feels like we just hit a little valley on the Saturday and then we ramp up again on the Sunday. But there's still loads to come today. So many good players in action. And as we get later on in the day and into tonight, we'll start seeing some bigger names draw each other in the draw, and a little bit more jeopardy introduced.
Yeah, and so
it's safe to say in our first 5 matches or so of this afternoon that we're going to have some pretty huge favourites and some pretty big dogs in these matches.
Yeah, so this is not first round, because we started first round yesterday, so we're a little ways into the bracket, right? So this is where it starts getting very interesting, and this is where upsets happen and where crazy outcomes tend to just they hang out in this area of the bracket, from what I've seen. So it can be interesting. And young Karen Herrbach here, unfortunately not able to get to the table, but it's a long race. Well, I don't know if you've seen the back of his jersey, but there's a specific reason that they call him Wolverine. And I can only imagine what that reason is. That is his nickname, and I can tell you, I actually played with him last weekend, and he is a very, very good player, and he has a very, very good mindset on the game. He's calm, he's collected, and he just goes out on the table to do his job.
We noticed this as the shootout extended into Friday night. The table just didn't seem to be breaking too nice. Just in terms of balls going in pockets, there was a lot of dry breaks in that evening session yesterday. So it's going to bring Tyler back to the table. And he's looking at stripes. A little bit of work to do at the bottom of the table. Wonder if there's a potential carom shot that would open up the 10 ball. But this is a challenging visit.
Yeah,
and if Tyler can get these, would really early on here put a real stamp on the match.
It's not easy to get to that ball, but he did it well. Oh, horrible luck there. Ended up almost right back where it was. You know, I had a chance to just briefly chat with Chris Melling last night after the shootout match, and he said early in the day his break was working. He didn't necessarily do anything wrong in the finals. It was just his break. He had a few missed balls that were kind of funny, but it was really just the break. So something that kind of it reminded me of a conversation that you had with Ricky Evans is the table stopped playing like a valley. It's getting harder to break. The pockets are tightening up. So the table is definitely going to be part of the fight today.
No run for Tyler Styer in that visit. And a good chance then for Kaden Herrbach to put his marker down in this match. But I say a good chance. It's a chance. It's not a particularly nice one. And you see there from the grimace on Kaden's face that that's pretty much his thinking too.
Yeah, not really what he wanted. That was a very, very smart shot with the way he did that.
Yeah, a little combo. Makes both balls, but stays at the table. Clears room into that right side pocket, which he will need.
You know what I love about this so far, Stephen, is the amount of people that are sitting around this arena watching just as much as they can. The people here in Kansas City, specifically Side Pocket, Blue Springs, everybody's been so great, and I love the fact that they've come out in droves to watch this match, watch these matches, watch the shootout, watch everything. It's very, very cool to see, your local players playing probably, in a sense, their heroes. So it's really fun to watch from here.
Yeah, and there's been, you see some of the younger ones there in the crowd as well, but there's definitely been a real sense of, you can tell how passionate this area is for the game. Now, you walk around the club, it seems to always be full, and yeah, they're doing a fantastic job of taking advantage of that appetite and giving the players what they want with a brilliant club to play out of. Tidy shot that from Tyler, and we're hearing the beeps a little bit here. This is a frame that is requiring a little bit of working out.
And I think that's going to be a foul, yeah.
Oh, that's it's a little unlucky, but it's also a little sloppy there from Kaden. He's so close to the rail, he should never be fouling here. Just needs to play it a millimetre more, maybe. He's giving cue ball in hand to Tyler, who is going to bump this 10 ball out. And finally, the 10 ball has a pocket it can pot into, and this frame is now wide open. And we expect to see Tyler go 2-0 in front.
Yeah, it took him a few tries, but he's got it available to him, and he's got a really, really good run here. And Tyler took a very, very tough loss yesterday to a absolutely on fire Ricky Evans in the shootout. So I feel like Tyler maybe is coming back with a little bit more juice in his box. He's raring to go, and he wants to win this tournament.
Oh, absolutely. He's a prize fighter. He gets the level that Tyler has without being ready to win every single tournament that you play in.
And he's been on a red-hot streak lately. And, of course, he's got that little bit of revenge, too, because, he only just missed hoisting the Louisiana Open trophy by one match.
I love the fact that you get... Oh, that nearly had a ball go in there. It's going to stay dry, though. But I love the fact that in this game we see so many different personalities. You'll see players who have never heard of the word dress shoes in their entire lives, and you'll see players who almost treat themselves as professional athletes.
Yeah.
But what I love is that they can all meet in the middle and see who's the best at playing the game. And there's no guarantees that any way is the right way. But I do love the way that Tyler goes about his business.
So I do want to clarify. I just want to make sure I'm correct here. So I reacted a little bit to the 8-ball almost going in. We're no longer in shootout rules, are we?
We're not in shootout rules, no.
So that 8-ball does not mean anything other than a spotted ball.
Yeah, and on that specific break, it's actually one of my personal least favourite rules in international rules. But if that 8-ball had gone in, and it had been the only ball that had gone in, the 8 ball would have been respotted, and it still would have been Kaden coming to the table, despite the fact that Tyler has made a ball off the break.
So basically, when that 8 ball spots, if there's still 15 on the table, even though the 8 ball went in, it would change turns.
Yes, correct.
As long as there's 15 on the table.
Yeah, correct. I don't love that rule. I think you're not being rewarded for making a ball in the break. I understand why it's in. It's one of those sort of personal preference things. I don't personally love it, but
I can see both sides of it.
Yeah, me too.
But I definitely, as a player, if I make the ball in the break, I want it to still be my shot.
Yeah, my argument is you're not trying to make a solid or a stripe or an 8 ball. You're just trying to make a ball. You get 15 balls who for that one shot are almost politically neutral. You know what I mean?
And it's such a difference from yesterday. You go from winning the rack to possibly passing turn if you don't make anything else. So it's definitely different.
Oh, that couldn't have gone any worse for Kaden. That 3 ball is now a big problem for him, where before it wasn't.
And it's very, very hard to tell if the 3 ball can just slink past the 8 ball. I don't think it does, but there's a possibility that it could go in past that 8 ball just a little bit. What do we have here?
Is he going to try and flick it off the 9 maybe?
I don't think he has the angle for it anymore. I think the 14 is just edging him out to be able to cut the right side of the 3 ball. So I'm not sure that shot's in play. A shot that is in play that you guys may not see a whole lot is it's just a 2-rail shot up in the top right-hand corner. And again, it all depends on the angle.
Wasn't too far away. It was a good effort. Is he going to annoy Tyler? Yeah, a little bit. But
that might be the worst spot it could have ended in, especially for Tyler with where the 8 ball is as well.
Yeah, it will just elongate the frame a touch. Tyler is still an enormous favourite to win this frame.
He's got the built-in breakout with the 13 ball, but funny things can happen when there's multiple balls that you're touching. Oh, what just happened?
Well, this is what I talked about the advantage. He can afford to miss a ball, and he's not really left much on. There's a case to be made about how it may well benefit him, because Kaden's going to have to move this 3 now.
Double kiss, maybe. It wasn't a bad effort. I think really he was just going for the touch on the ball to make sure he didn't give up ball in hand. Tough miss there by Tyler.
Yeah, we did see some questions yesterday coming in on the stream about the equipment we're using here in Kansas City this weekend. We are on Valley tables, but maybe not as you know them. 4-inch pockets here in a custom rig here in the main arena in Kansas City. You can see actually even on the main camera how the rails here extend into the pockets just to tighten them up a little. They played very wide earlier on yesterday, but they are starting to bed in and becoming tougher and tougher.
Yeah, the more the balls roll on the table, the more the felt is no longer as slick as it was yesterday. By Sunday, winning the tournament in any of the divisions, the Open, the Junior, or the Women's, it's going to be a feat on this TV table. It's got to get there. It's got to get there. Well, he didn't give up ball in hand because he caught the rail, but he really left Kaden in just a really nasty spot here. There's a flyer of a shot, but it's not the right shot. He just needs to go for the good hit and try not to move the 9 and the 15. I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it either.
Yeah, it's an interesting leave for him.
Tyler gonna shoot at the duck here, get it out of the way.
Ultimately, Kaden's a huge second favourite in this rack because of the fact he's got one ball on the table. It makes it so difficult to get yourself any foothold in the rack. And his job really was just to play spoiler and just keep Tyler from winning it as long as he couldn't, and hope something fell his way and maybe he could steal one.
Yeah, you know, it's almost like if you're gonna try to run out, the worst thing in the world you can do is leave yourself just the one ball, because then your opponent can literally just play, you know, however they want to. If they've got that ball under control, it really makes it tough to get out of that situation.
Well, I tell you what, has he blocked the 14 here? No, I think he's okay. He's on it.
Got a clean line.
But that just shows how you can still rely on a little bit of hope, because if the 3 ball goes straight in front of the face of the 14 there, Tyler's got a difficult shot to play. But he'd have been very unlucky if that had been the case.
Well, and this isn't very good. Oh, the 10 ball came out just enough because the 11 ball is blocked. Tyler's going to have to take a very steep cut into the side pocket here. There's no bank on.
Yeah, this is... Well, this is missable.
I don't know what the shot is. I think he's going to try and lay up underneath the 11. But getting in a 1 ball span is so difficult. Oh, no. Oh.
Well, here's your chance, Kaden.
And Tyler there, I think he wanted to just come behind the 11, but he got a little bit of a double kiss, I think.
Big chance here for Kaden to get that foothold that we talked about into this match. Oh, it was thin.
And being under the lights and in front of the cameras and playing one of the best in the United States by far, that cut gets thinner and thinner the more you look at it.
So Tyler Styer is indeed going to get out. Not without a little bit of jeopardy in that frame. Rack. If you're watching for the first time today, I'm new on the job in terms of American pool.
He is a great player. Just needs a ball. We got a ball down. We got multiple balls down. Hold up, cue ball.
Whew. Danger for a second.
He's got an opportunity here. But there's still some work to be done within the rack. Good shot on the 6 ball, takes it down, opens up the 3 and the 1. So this is a really good play here for Kaden. I've seen him shoot. I like his chances to be able to clear this rack. Oh, maybe drew it just a little bit too much. It's okay though, because the 1 ball still has a path to the hole. The question is, what's going to happen to the cue ball when it inevitably runs into the 14? He needs it to hold in that same area so he can have a shot at the 7 or the 5. Oh, and he just barely missed it.
We talked a little bit yesterday about how hardest frame rack to win is the first and the last. And Kaden is still yet to get over that hill here in the first match.
Yeah, it's just that it's just getting the ball rolling. If you can get the ball rolling, it helps out quite a bit.
And there's a little bit of room to maneuver in a race to 7. It's not as brutal as yesterday with tight shot clocks and a race to 6. But it needs to happen sooner.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Rather than later as Tyler Styer fires in the kick shot.
That's a highlight reel shot if I've ever seen one. Beautiful kick. Gets shape on the 14. And it's not an easy shot to kick in, especially with the size of the pockets. Now, they're a little slidey just because of the felt being brand new. But these are 4-inch pockets, so they are quite tight. And they're tightening up. The more it gets played on, the more people that are in the building, it's going to play a little differently throughout the day. Gets a nice little bump there. And this is really a good play here from Tyler. Was able to make that kick shot and sends him on his way to where he's at now, shooting the 9 ball. He can either take his medicine and just roll up a little bit, or he can draw out of it. Moving the cue ball is a little risky, but it's going to work out for him. This is why he is Tyler Styer.
Yeah, quite.
And really given the shot it deserves, he's going to go up 4-0 on Kaden. Kaden's had his chances, but don't count this young man out.
You've still got to treat every single shot with the respect and the concentration that it needs, because that was a super simple shot to the bottom left corner, and just maybe a little lack of concentration, just gets into the cue ball too much. All of a sudden his next shot is difficult, and it's very, very easy to mess up a rack and 8 ball.
Yeah, especially when you get a break off like that. He does have a little bit of a weird spot here with the 5, but it's an open shot, so all he really has to do is get in a good spot on the table. A really nice little tidbit of information here. Our referee staff, part of the International Referee Organization, they ran a, what would you call it, a qualification event here where players were able to become certified IRO referees and eventually may be able to travel the country refereeing throughout the Ultimate Pool USA organization. So if you're interested in becoming a referee, be on the lookout. If we end up in your area, that may be an opportunity. I know when I was growing up watching some of the great referees, I really wanted to be a ref only because I wanted to be in the arena. But it's a great opportunity. So if you see us coming to your area, make sure you reach out and say, hey, how do I get into that referee class?
business-like finish so far. And Tyler. That's nice.
Yeah, really good control there by Tyler.
Well, when the very best players in the world are on it, they have a really quite annoying habit of making the game look simple, and that's exactly what Tyler is doing here.
Find that happy medium between the pressure that Tyler's put on you. Oh, and a ball goes in. Another ball goes in. It's a pretty rough. It's a pretty rough layout here for Kaden. I think I like the solids more for sure, but there's a just really tough ball that's stuck up in there being the 4, and it's really in a bad spot. This is smart here. He's going to slow roll this ball, leave himself a good angle, and kick this out and come right into the 9 ball and the 4 ball. Just need to be mindful of the speed. You don't have to smack this ball hard. Just a good contact. You don't want to risk knocking it back into the pack. It's not what he wanted, but he's going to have a shot. This is Kaden's chance to get on the board.
Yeah, it's a pretty presentable one.
And again, this is smart here. Kaden taking his time, calls his extension. Each player does get one extension per rack, and it is very useful when you're really trying to work out the situation that you're in. Still have a 30-second shot clock in play, and I like that shot there. Rather than going for the 4 that was at an angle that he didn't like, he decided to shoot the 6 and adjust the angle to where he liked it a little bit better. Shows good composure there from Karen Herrbach. Just needs a good shot on the 3. Me personally, I would have liked a little bit more angle, because I feel like when you try to move the cue ball on shots like this, you can get an undesired effect, but he hit that one very well.
Yeah, cued that beautifully. Really nice shot. Now it's just about getting the job done.
He played that really well. This could be the start that Kaden needs. He's got a long road ahead of him, but getting that first game. Oh, listen to the crowd there, Steven.
Yeah, the smile there. Yeah, I love that. That's really nice to see. It will just get his juices going. It will fire his confidence up. And look, it's still a long way back. I'm not saying he's all of a sudden going to turn this around and win the match, but he doesn't necessarily need to. He just needs to keep his tournament going, and the best way to do that at this stage is going into the loser's side, but not feeling like you've just been annihilated.
Well, and I'll tell you what, this is not a bad deal here, because Tyler broke dry, and something that somebody taught me a long time ago is there's one thing that you can never have too much of, and that's confidence.
Yeah.
But if you have none, you will play horrible. So that confidence there, that can be the driving force. Kaden has an opportunity here. Something I didn't think we'd have to talk about much here is the clock. We're down to almost the 20-minute mark. And if Kaden were to win a few of these games, we could definitely see that shot clock come into play. real tough of a situation here for Kaden. Now, what a good shot there. I tell you what, that may have looked simple, but I'd like to see that one again. That was a really, really good shot. The way he drew that cue ball like that, hitting a ball into the side pocket with speed is always a little testy, and he really hit that one well. Still got some work to do, and here we're going to see it here. Just fires it into the side pocket. Now, I'm not sure what his intention was there. I don't know if he wanted to play safe or if he wanted to make the ball, but Tyler's 5 ball is in a really tough spot here now. Yeah, and this is a prime spot to be able to move that 5 ball. And he does get it out. And I'll tell you, this young man, Kaden, for being just, I believe, 16 years old.
I don't know what it is about American youngsters, but they seem to make them almost in a lab. They've got such a good temperament.
You know what I think that is? I believe that is the community around. The community around the player. Obviously, Kaden has some fans here. These are the people that he plays with on a daily basis that probably teach him things, or some who are maybe even looking up to him because he's so young and so good. So he's amongst the crowd of people that are his, what we like to call our pool family.
Yeah.
Right? So it really is great to see such a young player play with so much respect. Tyler here. And the way Tyler's playing, I think it shows a little bit of respect to Kaden, because he knows he can't make a mistake, because this kid will run out on you. Even when he's maybe not having the best match. So Tyler here, this 8 ball away from getting to the hill. And there it is. Sometimes, guys, the score doesn't tell the story. This has been a little bit of a back and forth here. Again, at this point, building the confidence up. That's what Kaden needs.
He's starting to find his break, which helps.
Oh.
I say that helps. It helps that he's made a ball, but the lead is not very nice. He's not got a good look here.
Yeah, so not something you really want to do a whole lot, but I actually, in this situation, I might play a little bit of a safety shot.
Boo. You gotta let your arm go in this situation. That's exactly what Kaden's doing. I wonder if there's a 3-ball plant available to this bottom right. Can you see enough of the 7? If you can, it's not a terrible leave.
I'd be worried with how tight the pockets are, that the 9 ball is just on the wrong angle. But I mean, I think this is one of those shots where Kaden knows.
Yeah.
We might not be able to see, but Kaden knows if it goes or not. So it's really all going to depend on him.
I wonder the pace he played that, whether he was trying to maybe come into that area. But we'll never know.
The good
we don't
news
get to
for
find
him,
out.
The good news for him is the 13 and the 9 are in a really bad spot. So And the entire bracket for our Kansas City Open, if you're interested in following that, finding your favorite player and following their progress to the tournament, can all be found on ultimatepoolusa.com, as well as the women's and the juniors event that we have going on right now as well. We haven't talked about that a whole lot, but there are 32 women competing.
Oh, you're so unlucky. It's such a creative shot from Tyler Styer. That was really, really clever. But sometimes you are bound to relying on a little bit of luck every now and then. And yeah, that's a tough break for him. Because the shot itself was fantastic.
It really was. And now here, Kaden needs to build that confidence. He's got an opportunity at the table here. We know for a fact that the 5-12-2 goes. The 2 also goes up in the top left-hand corner, which he's going to play now. So it's really just a matter of getting from ball to ball. He's looking at the 7. I feel like he needs to get rid of the 2 ball now because he may not have a good angle on it after that. Good shot there. He's just going to take his medicine on his next shot. It's going to be a little tougher. He needs to just bear down and make the ball. It's going to hold somewhat of a natural shape for the 7. And as long as that cue ball can avoid the side pocket and he can see any part of the 7 ball, I like his chances of getting out here. Any part of the 7, there we go.
Yeah, it's a bit of a smelly one. This is a little tricky. 10 ball plays big here. Just wanting to give himself a shot.
Yeah, and the 8 ball does go in the top left, so if he wanted to just slow roll it, he could do that. Throw it with a little bit of inside. He's going to have a long shot, but it's just simply a matter of touching the ball and putting it in the hole. Watch the cue ball.
The 10 being in his eye line there, I think it just play. You know yourself, it plays on your mind as a player. You can just see it, and automatically the pocket just shrinks even more. I think he might have even had the majority of the pocket to aim at. When the 10's just in that eye line, you can see why he threw that one as wide as he did.
Yeah, it's a situation where you're trying so hard not to clip the 10 in that you're actually you're shrinking your aiming size way more than you should. Very unfortunate there, but Kaden here with a chance. These are international 8-ball rules. You do not have to call a pocket for the 8-ball. So any pocket's good. Hits it with speed, catches the point of the pocket. He's going to give up ball in hand. But that 15-9 is still not workable for Tyler. He's going to break it out. The tough one on this one is he needs to play the 14 first. Yeah, this isn't what he wanted here. The 15-9 is in a weird spot. He's just going to play safe. He's going to hold up behind those balls. That's a good shot. Kaden's got an opportunity here just to kick the 8-ball in. It's not a great shot, but it's an opportunity. Get in there. Oh, wow. That would have been such a good shot.
Yeah, they wanted it. You could hear the crowd wanted it. You could hear Stephen Wyatt wanted it as well. It was a great attempt from Kaden. This was close. Really, really good go.
Yeah, I think maybe on one of the outside tables that ball's going to fall in.
Cool. One of them just made it for Tyler.
And Tyler here looking to end the match. Kaden's just hoping for a chance to extend it. Just one more rack. I don't think it's going to happen, though, Steven.
No.
And we talked about the possibility of getting down to that 15-second shot clock. I believe this will be the last shot where we are on 30.
Always a nice feeling for Tyler to get out of dodge before the 15-second comes in.
Definitely doesn't want to be forced to make a mistake.
15-second shot clock is now in play.
He's still got work to do. It's a tricky finish this for Tyler. I think he's got to play the 10.
Yeah, I think this here is a
As good as he
fire
can get.
the ball. Yeah, fire the ball in.
Oh, how well played. That's a touch from Tyler Styer. Brilliant shot. And he gets the job done.
What a great match there by Karen Herrbach. I believe he's gained a few fans today, but in the end, Tyler Styer's experience and strong will of the game is what took him to the win there. Played very, very well, and he will move on. Don't worry, though, if you're a Karen Herrbach fan, he's still in. It is double elimination. This is fantastic. We have so much action coming up.